Hi guys, welcome back to the Pretty Picture Party. It's me, Taylor, and we're going to be talking about one card today instead of doing a reading, and that card is the Magician. We're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison about how the Magician looks in the Ellis deck versus how the Magician looks in the Tarot of the Starbound Phantasia. It doesn't hurt to know that the Ellis deck was completed in 2013, and the Magician looked like this. Whereas the Tarot of the Starbound Phantasia was completed several years later in 2021 and contained a Magician that looked like this. Now, I don't think that one deck has a superior set of knowledge to the other, but I do think that the energy is different. The me that drew them is different. The world that they were drawn in was different. And I think that either one can be used. And typically, when I'm doing readings, I like to let my clients pick between which one they're vibing the most with, because I think that one has more to say to some people than the other. The Magician can have a pretty dynamic role depending on context. He can look like a traveling teacher. He can appear as a performer in a sideshow. He dances the line between mysticism and illusion. Probably the easiest way to get my point across here would be to talk about one magician and then the other. The first magician I'll talk about, going chronologically, would be the Ellis deck magician. He's kind of a Gandalf type wizard character that would show up at the beginning of your story. He would dazzle you with his expertise. He's standing in this yoga pose, barefoot, on a floating island. So it's like on one hand, he's grounded. He's doing barefoot yoga, but he's on a floating island. There's something more mysterious about him than just some, yogi you're running into. His coat behind him has this dazzling sunrise, like a bird trying to attract its mate. But instead it's a teacher trying to get the attention of a student. Showmanship requires attention to exist. Otherwise, it's just being loud by yourself in a room. There's actually a little bit more yoga symbology than just the tree pose, because to me, especially when I made this deck, I really felt like the Magician required a certain level of, physical dexterity and awareness. So in addition to the tree pose, he has 8 limbs. The 8 limbs are a reference to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, where the 8 limbs represented kind of the foundation of yoga to him, which were ethical restraints, observances, postures, breath control, withdrawal of all senses, concentration, meditation, and absorption. And obviously, someone who was strongly practiced in all of these disciplines would definitely be a powerful magician. They would at least wield great power, whether you believed in magic or not. And then in the magician's hands, he has the 4 suits of the tarot, which are the magician's tools. He has the rod, he has the sword, he has the cup, and he has the pentacle. And he gives these to the fool in the tarot story. None of this magician's tools are particularly flashy. They all are just kind of meeting the requirement of being a tarot symbol, because it's what he does with them that dazzles us. He's wearing this purple wizard hat that covers his eyes, so we don't know exactly what his intentions are or what he's up to. We definitely can't follow his eyes to see what his next move is. And then the jewel on top of the hat is an eye of wisdom or knowledge. It's in the position of the third eye, so he's seeing things from a spiritual point of view. He's not relying on his own sight, because he's aware of what illusion can be and what self-deception can be and how we can see what we want to see. So he sees what he knows. So seeing the truth, as an illusionist, he may employ deception at times, but he's not going to get high on his own supply. And he wouldn't be the magician without the infinity symbol, which he has above his head. This infinity symbol is crafted from not quite an Ouroboros of dragons, but it's very dragon-shaped. And that is a reference to the creative, the yang, in the I Ching. That is the first hexagram. And, magic is creativity. He's using these skills of the tarot to call down from his imagination and bring things into existence. That would bring us to our Starbound Phantasia magician, who is more of a sci-fi fantasy magician, a techno mage, who is going to put us in awe or hypnotize us maybe. My first inspiration for this guy was like an ancient astronaut. We don't see really any part of their body uncovered. They could be human, they could not be human, but what we see is what they choose for us to see. The boots this magician is wearing have red wings sprouting from the ankles. Like Hermes, the messenger of the Greek gods, he's here to convey divine messages. If we combine these with the 2 wings sprouting from their back, that's 6 wings, like the seraphim of the Abrahamic religions. The seraphim were supposed to have been made of fire, the way that humans were made of clay, and again is a conveyor of divine message. The patterns on this magician's clothing, particularly their chest piece, resemble circuitry. So this idea of technology is magic. Like any time that we see something that yields fantastic results, but we don't know how it works, our little ape brain is prone to go, ooh, magic. Behind the scenes, the scientific method has 6 clearly defined steps: observation, question, hypothesis, experiment, conclusion, and result. Whereas when we see applied science and we don't know how something works, someone ignorant to specific implemented technologies can get spooked by it or can be mystified by it. You know, the whole idea that everything is a conspiracy if you don't know how anything works. This magician's tools are more extravagant than the others. They're more enriched, they're sparkly, they look more like some kind of relic or object of ritual. Again, the showmanship of this magician or the illusion is a little bit more prevalent. Instead of a wizard's hat, this magician is wearing a tinted mask, maybe like a space helmet. It's reflecting stars, including the 7-pointed star, which is thematic in the Starbound Phantasia. So the viewer, when trying to focus on this magician, is focused outward into the cosmos. We see in this magician's left palm, they have another 7-pointed star, and in the center of it is an eye. Unlike the Ellis deck magician, who has that eye in the middle of their forehead on their hat, this one has one in their hand. They're kind of casting an illusion on us. There's a lot more misdirection happening. They're dazzling us. We're seeing what they want us to see. We don't know if the halo behind this magician's head is really a halo, or if they've just positioned themselves aligned with the sun, where the sun is coming from behind them. Again, showmanship, getting our attention. We don't really know if they're suspended in the air. We can't see the top of the wand. We don't know if they're raising a wand into the air or if they're hanging on to something. Again, we don't know everything about this magician. All we know is that they are amazing. They do tricks. They clearly know a little more than we do. In conclusion, not all magicians do the same tricks. Some are yogi wizards, some are alien astronauts. Both are bestowing gifts on the fool. What the fool doesn't realize is that they already possess these gifts. They are unrealized skills. To quote an old man in a cave, master using it and you can have this. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. If you have some ideas or questions about either of these guys, please leave a comment. If there's another card you'd like to see me discuss, please leave a comment. If you'd like to go have a look at some more of my art, please go to illustrations.net. If you want to buy either the Ellis deck or the Tarot of the Starbound Phantasia, please go to illustrations.bigcartel.com. I'll try to make sure that both those links are down below, and thanks for reading.